So finally, uh, brief spoilers for One Piece chapter 1125 really waited brief spoiler, but anyways, let's get into it. So One Piece 1125, how to define death. Saturn is with the vice admirals and they apologize for what happened and suggest to follow the Straw Hat style path. Saturn declines and said we got what we wanted, but the major failure was Vegapunk's broadcast. At Egghead, Punk records, which contains Vegapunk's brain, are suddenly rising high to the skies thanks to the activation of the cloud machines. York trusts the Lapis, but it's too late, so at least we know she's alive in the Egg still, so waiting to see what's gonna happen to her. Maybe the elders, she's gonna stay there. They're gonna leave her. Right now it's kind of looking like they perfectly left her there. But anyways, let's continue. Cut to the authority room where the elders at guarding Fakerland enters the room, and now he is appointed as new elder, a warrior god of science and defense, replacing Saturn. Black flame emitting from Saturn's body. He begs for Emu's mercy. Suddenly Saturn's body is getting old and exposed, leaving only his skeleton. So I want to stop there for a bit. So there was this theory, and it looks like this kind of confirms it, that the elders so the elders, they obviously come from Emu's time 900 years ago, when from this I can interpret that Emu probably she gave each of the elders a portion of his power. For one, they could be immortal, and they could be immortal, and I'm guessing that's how these elders get their powers. And it's obvious that these elders, like I said, were from 900 years ago, but as we read, Emu's replacing Saturn, and it seems like the way she does that is she's taking away the power that she gave them 900 years ago. And it seemed like I said, that power not only contained their immense power for the elders to use, but it also gave them immortal, the power of being, eternal youth, or immortal, whatever. So it looks like he took back his power, and then that caused Saturn to age again, as if he never had the power. So obviously 900 years, his body is probably going to disintegrate into dust, and then his skeleton is probably going to be the only one thing standing. So big reveal on Saturn's power, that like I said, Saturn does give these elders the power. And it's a system where, one other thing I did want to bring up was that now we know that it's a system of them replacing. They could be replaced. They just have to be appointed. So my question is, will we get explanation of, or will they at least tell us that, we had to replace an elder 200 years ago or something, something maybe 500 years ago, we had to replace an elder, and then reveal, this is the new elder that we replaced 500 years ago with. So we'll see that, but big reveal. Um, Figureland is now um, the warrior god of science and defense. So that's something to keep an eye on. Continuing, at the Floating Punk Records, which contains 3 EPs bedding Vegapunk's brain, we can see a new Vegapunk consisting of Edison, Shaka, Pythagoras, and Atlas. So all the Vegapunks that pretty much died in the Egghead are pretty much, getting revived, but this time they're kind of combining the 4 to one body. They have 4 minds inside of one body. So that'll be interesting. All 4 of them are coming back. We'll have to see how that, goes on. And then Katukara Kamabaka Kingdom. Koala summarizes Vegapunk's message. Dragon says we need to end this as soon as possible. The war to secure safe places on Earth is about to begin. So, by this, it's clear that Dragon, he kind of knows. Like, Koala summarized and probably told him, Vegapunk says in a couple years, the sea is gonna rise 200 meters. And, what the world government is doing is that they're pretty much, I guess taking over all the safe places or whatever. So it sounds like Dragon is, the final words, but just start the war where he says, to find safe places. So I mean, he's probably gonna fight with the world government over a place that, Dragon's crew can be safe while the world is drowning or whatever. But yeah, that was kind of the brief spoiler for 1125. Overall, it was pretty good. Another thing I wanted to add is as end, no break next week. So next week, expect a brief spoiler for 1126. So expect that video next week. But I mean, overall, I think it was a cool chapter. I mean, I know it's a brief spoiler, but these kind of brief spoilers just say the whole, what really is happening. It gives us the cliff notes, and then when the full spoiler is out, it adds stuff, but it basically says, what was said here. You just had more stuff when the full spoiler comes out, whatever. But I mean, like I said, overall exciting. Definitely an exciting and surprising chapter. I didn't expect that from Emu. I thought maybe considering he is an elder and he has been with Emu for 900 plus years, or I'm assuming was one of the original elders. I would be I thought Emu would be okay, I'll let this one side over 900 years since this is their first mess up. I'll pardon you this one time, but next time something happens, you're done. It's kind of it's not like baseball, but it's one hit, one miss, and then instead of 3, it's just 1. And then that one, obviously, emergency, forgive you, just don't let it happen next time. So I'm surprised Emu didn't do that. He just disintegrated that man. So, I don't know, I just feel like it was the more surprising thing that Saint Figureland was chosen as the new elder for warrior god and science, and how Emu pretty much killed Saturn. So that whole thing was, the whole section was pretty surprising. But yeah, once again, I'm gonna keep you updated for when the next spoiler comes out for 1126. But for now, I think I'm gonna just leave it at that. Please, if you like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.